Who do you think you are, Blackie? You're just a nuisance on this plane. Get to the back, shouted Roger, his voice a venomous hiss as he accosted the woman. Suddenly, an announcement from the captain silenced him. The plane had been airborne for just over 40 minutes when the cabin's fragile piece shattered. In seat 8A, by the window, a woman with skin the color of rich mahogany slept, or at least pretended to. She had closed her eyes moments after takeoff, hoping the journey from Providence to Seattle would be uneventful. But for her, it was not to be. Just a few rows away, Roger, a man in a crisp gray suit, muttered loud enough for others to hear, "I can't believe I have to sit this close to this." The woman knew he meant her, but kept still, her silence a shield. Yet the tension in her jaw betrayed her. When flight attendant Sophia passed, Roger seized his chance. "Excuse me, miss, don't you have another seat? I don't feel comfortable next to this person. She might try to steal my belongings." Sophia explained calmly that the flight was full. Roger scoffed, glaring at the woman before leaning back. She exhaled slowly, trembling, choosing restraint over confrontation. Feigning sleep, she tried to disappear. But Roger's voice pierced again. "Look at her, sleeping like she owns the place." He smirked, adding, "She probably got a discount." "They always do." A brittle laugh followed. Passengers exchanged uneasy glances, but no one spoke. An elderly woman pursed her lips, about to intervene, then swallowed her words. Roger grew bolder. "No wonder this country's collapsing. You work hard, pay full fare, end up surrounded by this." Murmurs rippled through the rows. A young woman whispered, "That's disgusting," but her companion tugged her sleeve. The woman in 8A, Amara, opened her eyes briefly, meeting Sophia's gaze. For a second, Sophia hesitated, but Roger's voice surged again. "Miss, don't you agree? These people should travel in their own section." Finally, Amara spoke. Her voice was low but firm. "That's enough. Show some respect, sir. I have done nothing to you." Roger let out a mocking snort. "Respect? Respect is earned, and you people never earn it. Don't lecture me." Passengers shifted, unease mounting, but silence prevailed. Amara turned back to the window, determined to ignore him. But Roger leaned in, his words dripping poison. "Do you think you're equal to us? I bet they gave you this flight out of pity. You don't belong." Her eyes snapped open, fury glistening. "I said be quiet. You have no right to speak to me this way." He jabbed a finger at her. "You stupid woman. You're a nobody. Be grateful people like me still tolerate you." He bit his tongue before saying the word everyone feared. The silence that followed was louder than any slur. Amara's voice shook but did not waver. "Enough. You will not humiliate me anymore." Roger sneered. "Humiliate you? You do that yourself just by sitting here." The air thickened with tension. Whispered protests grew louder. Roger's face twisted, rage unchecked. He slammed his hand on the armrest, startling passengers. "Don't look at me like that. You're a worthless invader." Amara straightened. "You have no right. Stop this now." He leaned in, venom in every syllable. "You demand? You're nothing but a slave." Gasps rippled. A woman cried out, "Stop it." A man half rose, frozen between courage and fear. Then Roger shoved her against the seat. It wasn't hard, but enough to draw a choked cry. "Sir, that's enough." Sophia's sharp voice cut through. She stepped forward, steel in her tone. "Remain in your seat. Violent behavior will not be tolerated." Roger, red with fury, tried to justify himself. "This woman provoked me. I don't have to. You're the only one endangering this cabin," Sophia said firmly. "Calm down, or serious action will be taken." The passengers stirred, voices rising in anger. "Racist," someone shouted. Others demanded he be moved. Amara sat rigid, chest heaving, tears betraying her pride. She had endured venomous words, then the shove, but the humiliation overwhelmed her. She covered her face and whispered, "This shouldn't be happening." "Not again." Roger sneered. "Cry. That's all you people do." The cabin buzzed with outrage. Roger's fists clenched, his body trembling with unchecked hatred. Amara's tears fell faster, yet her back remained straight. The passengers' stares bore down on Roger like judgment itself, but he refused to back down. Sophia exchanged a look with a male attendant, her hand already hovering near the intercom. The atmosphere was explosive, a single word away from chaos. Amara lowered her hand, her tear-streaked face lifted with quiet defiance. For the first time, she turned fully toward Roger, eyes burning with a strength he hadn't expected. And before anyone could speak, the captain's voice crackled overhead. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing unexpected turbulence. Please remain seated and fasten your seatbelts." The timing was uncanny, almost fated. Passengers scrambled, securing trays and cups. But their eyes never left Roger. The man's face twisted again, caught between rage and fear, his words choking in his throat. Amara sat frozen, seatbelt locked, her heart pounding like a drum. This wasn't over. Not even close. The flight had been calm until Roger erupted. His voice cut through the cabin. "Victims, always victims." Passengers turned, indignation in their eyes. A woman shouted back, "Shut up, you disgusting racist." Amara, seated by the window, lifted her tear-filled eyes. Meeting the gaze of strangers who defended her gave her strength. With a trembling but steady voice, she said, "No matter how much you hate me, I am not going to disappear." The plane fell silent. Roger sneered, ready to spit another insult. But the intercom interrupted. The captain's grave voice filled the cabin. "Ladies and gentlemen, due to an incident of violence and inappropriate behavior, we are diverting this flight for safety. Respect and calm are required." Instead of calming, Roger exploded. He leapt up, belt clanging. "Divert the flight for this blackie? She's to blame. I have an important meeting." The aisle erupted with anger against him. "Sit down. This is your fault. Stop the racism." Amara remained silent, her dignity a sharper rebuke than words. His fury only grew. Sophia, a flight attendant, blocked his path. "Sir, sit down now, or we will restrain you. You are endangering everyone." Roger ranted, but his voice drowned beneath passengers' outrage. Finally, he was forced back into his seat. The plane descended early, the tension pressing like a storm. When they landed, security agents boarded. "Sir, you are sanctioned for inappropriate and dangerous conduct. You will not continue this journey." Applause rang as Roger was removed, screaming about his important meeting. Amara, silent at her window, felt both relief and bitterness. Sitting in the terminal under guard, Roger's phone buzzed. An email appeared, Amaran Kosi. He muttered, "What could that blackie want?" and opened it. The words froze him. "Mr. Roger, I saw you on the plane, but you did not recognize me. Instead, you gave me only hatred. Don't come to the meeting about your promotion. As of now, you are fired. I know who you are, and I'm glad I won't have someone like you in my company. Collect your severance pay when you can. You will be formally notified soon. Have a good afternoon." The woman he insulted was the CEO of his company. His arrogance shattered into ruined at home. Roger's inbox overflowed with messages. His behavior had spread quickly. Colleagues, clients, executives, all cutting ties. Cold calls followed. "We cannot continue working with you. This damages our reputation." His career collapsed overnight. Meanwhile, Amara resumed her life. The scars of humiliation lingered, but so did the strength of knowing she had faced him and won. A week later, Roger signed for his severance in silence. No colleagues greeted him. The envelope included a printed copy of Amara's email. The secretary who handed it over looked at him coldly. "The only thing surprising is that it took this long. Who are you, really?" Roger left into the rain, broken and alone. He finally understood. His hatred had not diminished Amara. It had only destroyed him.